So module 1, we will be discussing about what is an IOT. So IOT is nothing but what? It is referred as Internet of Things. So in general, where all we can use, that is application of IOT means it can be used in transport and logistics, utilities, smart cities, smart building, consumers, industrial and environment and agriculture. In transport and logistics, it can be used in goods tracking, fleet management, and in utilities, smart metering, smart grid management. In smart cities, it can be referred for parking sensor, waste management. In smart building, it can be used for smoke detector, home automation. In consumers, it can be used as wearables for kids, senior trackers, and in the industrial, it can be used for process monitoring and control, maintenance monitoring. In environment, it can be used in food monitoring, alerts, environmental monitoring. In agriculture, it can be used in climate, agriculture monitoring, livestock tracking. So these are what the general areas where we can use Internet of Things. These are the application of what Internet of Things, which makes the life day-to-day life of a human being very easy. So when you go with respect to what agriculture with respect to IoT, you can see where all we can use. So when you refer IoT with respect to agriculture, it can be used in water management, where it can control the sprinkling of water to the plants. When that means whenever the plants get dried, or the fields where the plants are present, if it's get dried, automatically because of what the temperature variation or the dryness in the atmosphere where the plants are grown, automatically the sprinkling of water get activated, the sprinkling device get activated and water will be sprinkled around the field. Second one is drones for field monitoring, to check out what exactly is happening in the field and to monitor if there is anything happen for any of the plant. If you want to know each and then like day to day what is exactly how exactly the plants are growing, to know the detailed information regarding the growth of the plant, we are going to use what? Drone for field monitoring. And next we'll be using machines for routine operation. That means if you want to what we call it as, we want to put the seeds in the field, then you have to plow the field there. For that purpose, you are going to use what? The machines here. And next one is soil monitoring sensor, to check the pH value of what this soil. We'll be using what? Soil monitoring sensor. If there is any variation, that means if suppose if the pH value is too high, sometimes the plant may not grow or it might become weak. To analyze that, to study the detailed information regarding the growth of the plant, we can go with respect to what? Soil monitoring sensors. And next is when we go with respect to what IoT with respect to smart city, smart building, or in our regular home. This IoT can be used with respect to control the lights in the house. It can control your kitchen activities like oven. It can be used in washing machine. It can be used with respect to what? The AC. It can be used to cook the food also, to lock system, for Wi-Fi, for usage of system, and then for on and off or anything. Your entire house is totally covered with respect to what? The IoT, which is referred as smart, or in general we call it as automation, general automatic controlling of your entire house. So we will try to understand how exactly the IoT evolution came into existence. What is IoT and digitization, IoT impact, convergence, IT and OT, and IoT challenges. First, we see what's the definition of IoT, how is the challenges, what is the evolution of IoT. So as we already know that IoT is nothing but it's going to connect the things which are not connected. So we have, it is something like some centralized system is there. If it needs to function, it needs the help of what? Other components. So it is going to connect the other components which are not connected and frame an architecture, and it performs various tasks. So IoT is nothing but it's a technology transmission in which devices will allow us to sense and control the physical world by making objects smarter and connecting them to the intelligent work. And here, as I told already, when objects and machines can be sensed and controlled remotely across the network, a tighter integration between the physical world and computer is enabled. As I told in general, the definition, we have centralized system and other components are situated far places, and then the connection is established between them and it performs the required task there. Basically, we can call it as IoT is a combination of both hardware as well as what the software components here, where the software is going to control the hardware components. And what is an IoT in general means, as I told, it allows basically one of the advantage of using IoT is nothing but it improves the area of efficiency and accuracy, automation, and enabled of the advanced applications. Next is how exactly the evolution of IoT came into existence. What are different evolution phases of IoT here? So in this, as I told, the IoT, the term was given by Kevin Ashton, and IoT has been evolved between the year 2008 to 2009. There are different stages or evolution phases of internet. First one is like connectivity, network economy, and immersive experience and internet of things. So we'll try to see one by one there. So first one is, as I told, internet phase. First phase is connectivity. It is also called as digitized access, where it is this phase was used to connect the people with email, web services, and search for other information which is easily accessible. Second phase was digitized business. It is also called as network economy. This phase enabled e-commerce and supply chain enhancement, collaborative engagement to drive the business efficiently. And third one is a digitized interaction. This phase extends the internet experience to encompass widespread video, social media, and which always connect through mobility. That means in the digitized interaction, we try to analyze how exactly the video and social media are available with respect to what the users. And internet of things, digitize the world. So this phase is adding connectivity to objects and machines in the world around us to enable the new services and experience. And also it also tells about how to connect with unconnected components. So that means from small, so as I know that as we know that if you want to start a schooling, basically we start from where, from the pre-KG, then LKG, and then UKG, and first step. Similarly here also, if you want to understand internet of things, first thing is we'll start from the basic services. We try to do the we try to develop basic services, then we go with respect to what larger services. Here also initially we start with what small email services, web services, and then we went with respect to e-commerce, then we went with respect to what the video, and then the audio, and then we came with respect to the what came with respect to the major task, that is connecting different objects and machines together and framing an architecture for IoT. This is exactly what we call it as what we this is the evolution of the internet.